Thank you very much for joining us. Firstly, let's all start off with the contract terminations. SAP and ABSA, two of the big ones. Tell us about these and what this means about Gijima right now. Is it losing its competitive positioning?
Well, in the case of ABSA, they decided to insource parts of the services that we were offering ABSA on an original outsource contract. I think it made sense. It's a corporate strategy to take back part of the services that we were offering them. And in the case of the SAPS, it's a contract that we were delivering for some 10 years. It came for expiry, and the police decided to pass it on to another competitor of ours. So it wasn't really service delivery issues at all. It was related to other thinking within the clients.
When you talk about new business, where exactly has this new business come from?
Well, in the public services space, we have gained some new clients in the manufacturing space, and also to some extent in the mining industry as well.
In terms of that, the mining industry, you in fact have sold the Mine RP Technology Solutions to RMB Corvest, private equity division of RMB. Why are you selling it at a time where it's in fact growing market share?
Well, we looked at the business a couple of years ago, and strategically you've got a business that was a leader in its space, in the mine technical systems space worldwide, some 4 or 5 years ago. And through the growth, acquisition, inorganic growth of some of its competitors, it's lost market share and is now sitting at around about 4th worldwide. So we believe that the business is better placed outside of the Gijima group to grow with its own strategy. It needs investment beyond what we would be investing in the business from a Gijima perspective. It's a very good business, but I think it has a better growth trajectory in different hands.
And non-core to Gijima right now?
It is non-core because it's not pure IT. It's more mining technical, and that's why we felt that it was better to sell it.
Given the contract losses, given the fact that it has been a tough time, you've been rationalizing, restructuring, you've reduced your headcount. You spent around 357 million rand on retrenchment packages. Tell us a little bit more about that and kind of what the new Gijima is going to look like moving forward in its downsized nature.
I think those numbers are a little bit high. It was just under 40 million rand that we spent on retrenchment packages. Yes, we had to restructure the business in line with the reduced revenues. It is a business that is people reliant, so unfortunately in times where revenue does drop, we do need to reduce headcount. Of the headcount reduction, it's some 700 people, of which 200 were retrenchments. The balance were through natural attrition, part of the insource, and certain contracts that weren't renewed.
So what is the focus now for the company as you've restructured, you've talked about this customer-centric approach? How is that all going to work, and how are the various parts of the company going to talk to each other to serve individual clients better?
The way we realign the business is from a client-centric perspective rather than a product-centric way that we used to service the market in the past, which gives us a better in terms of the client needs, etc. So we are aligning ourselves in a different way, and the restructuring has been going on for some 18 months. It was exacerbated by some of these client losses that we had along the way, and that increased the cost and required a more severe, if I could call it, a restructuring exercise. But that is largely behind us, and the business is now positioned to service the clients, I believe, better.
What type of client base are you targeting? Where do you see the opportunity for the company specifically right now?
Where we focus the business, public services is still our largest business. It makes up about 1/3 of our revenues. And then the mining and manufacturing industries. With the sale of Mine RP, you must be aware that we do a lot of revenue outside of the Mine RP business. In fact, we do more revenue outside of Mine RP than within Mine RP in the mining industry. So that's still a big area for us, manufacturing as well, and then financial services. Those industries combined make up over 90% of our revenues.
You're here in the place of CEO rather, Jonas Burger. Was he in fact asked to step down because of poor performance?
Well, Jonas has been with the business for 5 years. That was kind of his horizon in terms of how the time that he wanted to spend with the business. We did very well in the first few years, and there's no doubt it's been a challenging couple of years. And for that reason, Jonas decided that his time was up. the restructuring being done, he feels that now he must step aside and someone else can take the business to the next level.
No new CEO has been appointed as yet?
Not as yet. We announced it today that Jonas will be stepping down at the end of the calendar year. So there is 3 months odd of transition and time to find the suitable replacement for Jonas.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Carlos Ferreira, the CFO of Gijima.